Okay. Kelly Brown, start with the next question. This one doesn't really have to do with things of the borough, but maybe kind of the way you think, I guess. It's a telephone question that we ask all those questions. It says, would you welcome the current president of Iran to speak at an American college?
Well, that's a tough one. I guess for when you say college, I would say for purposes of education, it might be good for the students to do that. But I would also expect that in America there would probably be quite a few people outside picketing that event. So.
Okay, Billie.
Well, that's certainly a tough question, and because I have such close ties with the military, I'd have to say that that would be something I would be opposed to. We certainly have to stand behind the decisions that our current government is espousing, so I have to say that no. We do have to consider that we listen to everyone's interests, but we certainly are trying times right now, and Iran is kind of on that watchdog list where we anticipate problems, so I would say no.
Okay, Wayne.
That's an easy question, no. Not only is he linked to and possibly the leader of during the Iran hostage affair, I believe that makes him an international criminal. As soon as he stepped land on United States property, he should have been arrested and sent to The Hague.
Okay, Wolfgang.
Well, listening to God or the word in the Bible, it says, don't invite your enemies into your home. And this is what you're basically doing. And, I'm always thinking he should be God's will. So if he talks before the UN, fine, but not on the ground of this country. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, the question was whether the university would invite someone, is that?
No, the question was,
I kind of forgot it.
would you welcome the current president of Iran to speak at an American college?
I can't see me welcoming a leader from there, but I would think that the university would want to have other leaders there. That would be their choice to do and not something for the borough to step into. But personally, I don't see that I would.
Okay, Billie Blanchard is first on the next one. This question's been asked to a lot of our candidates, is why, with all the land the borough has, is the borough negotiating with the railroad for a new building for the school food program?
I apologize, that is not a question that I have any information on, I can't answer, so I apologize, thank you.
Okay, Wayne.
I am also not familiar with this. Could you repeat the question? I'll at least give you an opinion.
Okay, it says, why, with all the lands that the borough has, is the borough negotiating with the railroad for the new building for the school food program?
I don't know. I cannot answer that. I would need to read both sides of the issue to understand what they're trying to accomplish from both sides. So I apologize. I don't have enough information to answer that.
Okay, Wolfgang.
The way I understood the conversation or the argument was because of the central location in the railroad area. This is where they want to put it. Because there's already rural property in there, and it would be very easy for them to add that kitchen to that place. How safe it would be next to those propane tanks, I don't know. It's really a dangerous area. People don't realize that, how dangerous that situation could be if one of those things goes in the air. It might wipe out even one high school. So, but this is the main argument. It's because the railroad is centrally located and the borough has already areas there east. So, thank you.
Okay, Tammie.
Well, I believe the centralized kitchen right now is on Eielson, and I know that has become a great problem, not just by distance, but because of 9/11. There's been a lot of restrictions on it. I personally think the borough ought to use their own land. I absolutely do not understand why they're using railroad land. I think it's going to become problems later on down the road, and if they were on their own property, we would be able to negotiate any additional things that would be needed for that kitchen.
Okay, Kelly?
Just from what I understand, it is so that the kitchen is more centrally located. And that kitchen services several area schools, and I think transportation costs is part of that. I'm not familiar with how long the lease is, however.
Okay. Billy, first on the next question. How do you feel about consolidation of city governments with borough governments?
I don't agree. We had this question in a lot of the different forums in the last few weeks, and there have been a lot of opinions expressed, but I have concerns because the city and the borough serve different purposes. The borough does not have police powers. One of the main concerns I have is that the city police certainly covers the city of Fairbanks, but then we have the troopers that cover the rest of the borough area, which is, as we know, is a large area. There are too many services that aren't overlapping. It might make sense if we get rid of one mayor, but it sounds like from all the past studies that have been done that it isn't something that would be cost effective, and so I would not be in favor of it.
Okay. Okay, Wayne Swanson?
There's a couple ways to look at having one government. There's several different arguments in reference to having making one government control an area. A lot of people say, well, bigger government does not mean better government. And I'm trying to figure out what would be the difference between having one government responsible for everything in the area and being accountable to everybody in that area, and being able to combine the offices that are conducting the work within the borough itself. Would it make it more streamlined and efficient and more cost effective? I don't think that it's really been, I believe we're having a struggle between power between the cities and the boroughs itself. So I don't think we're going to get direct answers from them. I think it needs to be an independent study done in reference to how it would affect us both financially and revenue-wise. But I also believe that if you had single people in charge of the offices that would be directly responsible for what those offices conduct in an area-wide controlled fashion, you would be able to have a more control over those assets. I also believe that having a single government might, and one police force might be able to be more efficient, such as having an elected sheriff's department, which I believe was in place earlier within this area. I just feel that maybe it needs to be re-looked at. I'm not totally convinced it would be the right thing to do, but I do believe it should be re-looked at to see if, because of the current growth that we're having, if one single government responsible, instead of having multi-layers of government over certain areas. So I believe it needs to be researched further.
Okay, Wolfgang?
Well, this war is about the size of Connecticut, and imagine Connecticut being run on the city level. It's not right. Right now, there is really no duplication. The borough has planning and zoning, education, and tax assessment and collection, so there is one area that is just consolidated, basically, that's tax collection. And all other powers the city has, which is a home rule city, belong, like in the service area, to the local area, and you have a very good local control over it, because in the city you elect the mayor and the council. But basically, in all those service areas we have outside the borough, road service area, we have a service area commissioner that is elected, and a commission that is elected, which is basically the same thing. And let's say Esther, they like to have maybe a total, they could add another service if they want to, and have somebody from their area patrol them, and not have somebody come out from Fairbanks when they will need them. So, and when that gets a little bigger, there might be a second-class city. This is orderly development, little by little, and if they increase their need for a service, they could pay for it, and they have it there. The problem is corruption. Eventually, wherever the major population is, they will get the major of the services. And if you want police protection way out in the woods, well, somebody has to die or something like that before you get a policeman out there. So it is not a very good thing to do. Thank you.
Okay,